Hello and welcome to the best mods for Xbox PC, where we will be looking at some of the best mods to check out each and every single day, or at least that's the aim. There'll be something here for everyone, definitely worth checking out. Use the chapters where you need them. If you do get anything out of this, consider liking, subscribing. It goes a really long way. Appreciate your time. Let's get into it. Now this next mod is really cool. It's very much a visual mod, and this one is called Better Actor Gets Burned. And this is kind of trying to revisit or make the fire and how it interacts with NPCs a little bit more bountiful, realistic, causing flames to appear in more than one place. So in the vanilla game, there's only one big fire effect that spawns in the center of NPCs, and the effect's only 30 FPS. The actors don't affect the fire and can sometimes cost 5 to 10 FPS drop. Now I haven't noticed the drops, but maybe you have. Sometimes the fire suddenly appears at the beginning and disappears at the end, a few sparks and smokes. Now what the mod does, which I'll try to illustrate here for you, is it's going to completely change it. So there's going to be 10 small fire effects that spawn at the center, the feet, the legs, the chest, so all over. So look at this. How much better is the fire effect with this on? The fire is also at 60 FPS. The actors do affect the fire, so the fire spawns in many parts, so it's going to follow the legs and the movements so much better. And overall, this is such a subtle but huge change in terms of fire effect. It looks so much better. Highly recommend this. I mean, all you have to do is take a look at this and just go, wow, what a difference. Look at all the flames effects, all the smokes, all the particles. I really appreciate this change. Fantastic job. And this mod is done by the legend Howrix, who also brought us all the elevator stuff, the destructible buildings. Some really cool stuff has come from Howrix. Awesome to see. Let's keep moving. Introducing your possible next pet. Now it might not look as nice as a dog, but it's sure just as loyal. This is the pet follower Zig, and this is by Xeno 90, and it's cool to see the new animal or the new creature from Shattered Space as a pet option. Looks pretty badass. Now correct me if I'm wrong, is this the unique creature to Shattered Space? Is there any of these out in Starfield? Can't remember if I've ever seen these before. There's just so many creatures, so it's easy to get confused. Now the cool thing, just like a lot of the other pet followers, this guy will find you. He's purely just a pet that will follow you. You won't be able to give it inventory or interact with it in any other way. However, the mad follower Zig, he will have no problems charging into combat and sacrifice himself for the greater good. So he is combat ready, and he's got a few interesting attacks, but overall a cool little addition to add and change up your pet. And you can see that one tapped him there, just absolutely trotting on. Be cool if he could breathe fire or something else, but a nice little addition there. Let's keep moving. Bit of a spoiler with this one, but after you complete Shattered Space, you will get access to a player's home, and we have a cool mod that is going to furnish this deluxe primo apartment, and this glorious decorated house is called Dazra's Vacant House Furnished, and this is by Nizon, who has meticulously put dozens of little details all over the place, and it looks fantastic. It is a fully decorated house. You will be able to further the decorations yourself if you like, but you have the toilet. Very important to have the toilet, and it has also got some little touches and details as well. It is functioning too. Now what I really like here is this excellent little centerpiece here, which if we activate starts a little fire. How cool is that? Has all these other little bits and pieces too that are new to Shattered Space, so it's nice to see some of those assets being used as well. Now it comes with not one but two safes with unlimited storage, a few little extra. It also comes with a bookshelf, dresser container, and all workbenches. They're custom, and he's tried to place them where they make sense. So the computer over here is the research station, which also has unlimited storage, unless that's one of my mods. Here we have the weapon workbench, probably the spacesuit workbench right here. Yep, got to show you the glorious kitchen too. That's got a full huge wok for the whole family, which also doubles up as your cooking station. And look at the cool details in there. Now I don't know about you, but that rotten looking foot looks delicious. We also have the stove, and there is the fridge. As mentioned, you'll be able to store stuff in there too. Just here is your industrial workbench. Do have some giant display containers here too, which I missed. But overall, we have an absolutely gorgeous house decorated, ready to go. So a nice little addition, especially if you're just getting into Shattered Space. Lots of cool opportunity to use this as your home. Fantastic mod. Let's keep moving. Now, forgive me, some of these hairstyles are going to look ridiculous on my character, as this is going to cover some girls and boys, but we're just going to have to put up with it in order to cover this next mod, which is called Shattered Space Headparts, and this is by Zeus, adding all the various new looks and haircuts from Shattered Space's NPCs. So quite a few little options there. You'll find them in your hair category, and they should be towards the end. Just a few things there you can muck around with. You'll find these if you go to enhanced or using commands or using the NPC enhancer. You'll be able to apply these to new characters and NPCs and all that sort of stuff. But beyond that, that's pretty much this mod. Just remember, if you don't want to apply the changes, when you get to the save changes, just hit no. Now this next mod is a patch of probably one of my favorite mods, and this is the patch for the Xeno Master DLC support add-on, and this is by GhostWriter231. Now I'll put a link at the top right there. You can go and check out the Xeno Master and how it works in excellent detail. But what this fantastic mod is going to allow us to do is, just like before, where we could catch all the various creatures. Now we're going to be able to catch all the different creatures in shattered space, and I'm very interested to see if we can actually try catch the vortex monsters, because that would be kind of crazy to have these follow you around. You have to let me know, does this look like something straight out of Doom? And what is incredible about this, which you might have not realized, and I'll just show you what this looks like at New Atlantis because it's much clearer to see, but the legs here have skulls. The knee joints are skulls, and same again with right here. This isn't nightmare fuel. I don't know what it is, but let's see if we can catch it. Now remember, in order to catch it, we'll need to throw one of these CCD grenades. Okay, so I've just spawned everything that I possibly could. Let's see if we can catch anything. Now we have to weaken them. Okay, so the vortex horrors might not be included just yet, but I hope they will be included. So we'll go try catch something in the wild. Okay, here we go. So we've found some creatures. We're going to throw our Pokeball. Oh, we caught one. Okay, so we got our first here. Yeah, okay, cool. So you can catch the Groats. So now that we've caught one, we can make this our pet. So we can go Xeno box. You can see here in our inventory, we've got the Groats. Then we need to select the send out. Hey, there we go, and we've sent it out. How cool is that? So we'll be able to catch most of these if we quickly try catch this guy. See if we can catch some of the flying just quickly. So here we go. We'll see if we can catch it. Yeah, it looks like we can. How cool is that? So it looks like all the wildlife is accounted for. Would be cool to see vortex, the bosses, everything to be catchable, but I don't know how hard that would be. But really cool mod. The Xeno Master by GhostWriter is one of my all-time favorite mods, so highly recommend this. Now you can catch all the various animals in shattered space. Hopefully we'll see the vortex horrors catchable. Let's keep moving. We have another awesome GRiNDTerra mod from It's Me, Paulie B. This time he's influencing and changing VaruunKai with this mod called VaruunKai Reimagined. We're going to head to where some of the biggest changes has occurred, and that is going to be in the frozen regions. So let's go check that out. So the frozen crater, here we are landing in the snowy region, and it looks absolutely glorious. I mean, check this out. Let's just have a little bit of a look around. So what's happened with the frozen? Well, so there's been quite a few changes to the frozen region. So that's the weather and the biome. Also noting that the flora and fauna have had their sizes randomized a bit more too, so you're going to get the different sizes, which is always one of the coolest aspects to this mod, making things look much more realistic. So when it comes to weather, you'll get the heavy snow, you'll get the normal frozen weather, and clear as well. So that mixes it up. For the biome, it's just completely different. Now do keep in mind, Paulie B's mods are incredible, but they do take a little bit of a performance hit, and in some cases it is quite noticeable. So just be mindful of that. Now just going for a little bit of a drive just to give you an idea, but we have all the different creatures of varying sizes. We have a very dense biome full of trees, rocks, and it just looks freaking awesome. And the sizes go from gigantic to rather small with all the different creatures that you're accustomed to. So fantastic looking reversion of the frozen biome, and the weather is very much alive. Like, look at all this snow. Fantastic. Now when it comes to the sandy desert, in terms of the biome changes, there has been none. So the key changes for sandy desert is to do with the weather. So here are some of the changes. You'll have cool weather, sandstorms, and heavy sandstorms, and there's about a 50-50 chance, so you're going to get a good mix of very different weathers. But a cool little change there. When it comes to the rocky area, there is no change to the weather. The big change for the rocky region is the change to the commonality to favor trees and shrubs more than increased density of the biome. So some subtle changes in a few of the biomes and weather patterns, and then some just have completely different, particularly the frozen region. Always highly recommend Paulie B's mods. Excellent to see this change up so soon after Shattered Space's release. Let's keep moving. Quick note before we go, look how giant this guy is, the Hunting Rocky Bone Crest. It is huge. Whoa, KO'd. Now this next mod is bloody brilliant. This is another one from Shade, and this one is called Shade's Glowing Stuff. And this mod is a bit of a game changer, with the original intention aiming to help visually impaired Starfield players players, but in fact, this is just going to be useful and extremely handy for everyone, particularly some of these features we're going to check out. So for starters, we had to see the different colors highlighting different objects within this world. We have enemies as red, we have NPCs that are dead blue, green as our allies, and what's really remarkable is when it comes to the item weapon aspect to this. And what's most remarkable about the books being different colors is that we can have it set so it only makes books that we have not picked up and read a glowing color, making it extremely easy to navigate and only pick up a book once, read it once. After that, it will no longer glow. That in itself is a bit of a game changer because you end up with so many different books and you're never sure which ones you sort of read without getting too familiar with them. But it's not even just limited to books. Pretty much every kind of object that you can consider in this world that you need to interact with can have a different glowing color. And where things get truly mind-blowing is if we go into settings, gameplay options, and look at this craziness. We have shades glowing stuff. We can go in and customize to our heart's content all the various objects within this world. Now, it's important to note, even though there is so many different options available, he's going to be adding some more categories here, which will be food, chemicals, and aid items. So pretty much every single different object. And most importantly, we can even get the perk magazines. We can make them light up, make it much easier to find. And the unread books, that's what we were discussing. So purple, bright, signifies to us that we have not read that book, and blue, bright, will signify that we have. So let's just go through a quick example because I find this feature incredibly useful. So we can go, say we've got 2 books here. We're going to pick up one. We're going to read it, go through all the different texts, bing, bada, boom. Now, if we go into our new items and we drop this book, see how now it is blue, giving a crystal clear visual indication of a book we've read and one we haven't. How good is that for looting and saving time? And going back to the settings, what's really important is if you don't want hostile NPCs to have any kind of color, we can just turn that off by disabling it. You can apply that same logic to all the various options, giving you absolute control of how you want to interact with this mod. If you find something intrusive, disable it. If you want something highlighted to stand out, enable it. What would be next level, and I don't know if it's possible, but if you could loot a body and then have it just turn off color so you know exactly who's been looted and not. Here is another example. Green NPC signaling to us that he's friendly. Then we have some glowing stuff over here. You can even get the harvestable trees, plants to highlight, which when you think about it, will remove a lot of the use of having to have the scanner open all the time. It's really important to note as well that this has universal compatibility. This mod does not alter game files directly. It affects them dynamically. So as you move through the game world, it should not impact any existing mods. So to me, this is such a huge, amazing mod. Not only for those who are visually impaired that now have such a powerful and potent answer to help them enjoy Starfield, but for all us players that love looting and get a little bit overwhelmed sometimes by the amount of different objects and books and magazines, here we can really hone in and make things so much more enjoyable. And I'll just direct you to Shade's YouTube channel. He covers his mod in great detail, but he's also just got some of the best mods out there. So certainly keep an eye on him. His YouTube channel is Nerdedness. I'll put a link in the description. Now it's important to note this also extends to your weapons. All your weapons will be glowing if you have the setting turned on, making it super easy to see things and find particular weapons. Mind-blowing mod. Let's keep moving. Now this next mod is incredible. We have the Normandy SR2, which unfortunately right now is only on PC, but I'm hoping it will be coming to Creations and Xbox. The famous ship from Mass Effect. This has been handcrafted over months, and unfortunately this is only on PC for the time being. I'm hoping and been asking to see if this can come to Creations, but we'll have to see. We still haven't seen the last Mass Effect ship ported over to Creations, so unfortunately maybe the hope is not there, but we will find out and see. Now what I really appreciate is that this will be able to be extremely flexible with what habs and how you build it in terms of the interiors. Now it's way too much to ask to have the same interior as the original ship from the game, so right now the best is having all the various different custom habs or just completely decorating your own habs. But here is a good example of how this all sort of gets put together. Very nice, easy, simple build, which I've covered in a build guide, which I'll have the link in the description, and on the top right you'll be able to click on a little button and that will show you how to build it. Now this amazing mod is on Nexus, and this is done by Michael Oliver. And one suggestion to make that I didn't make in the build video, and this tip you'll find quite useful, as when you jump in you'll find that this ship is mind-blowingly quick, but since we only have one fuel tank on it as per the initial instructions from Michael. The jump range is very limited in terms of being able to stretch the galaxy, but just to give you a quick example of the speed, this thing is an absolute lightning quick ship. You will be able to do some interesting things with the weapons, but you'll have to see the build guide for that. Plenty of reactor power and overall a very brutal ship. The only downside being is doing long distance jumps. So go into the ship builder. Now just showing you very quickly the overall look of the ship. Do note I am missing the engine, however it will still work, but that will make more sense once you watch the tutorial. But here's just a quick example of how it all goes together and what it looks like internally. When put together correctly, it looks just unreal. Everything is schmick. Really fantastic mod. Awesome to see some Mass Effect ships in Starfield. Now, if you do find yourself with not enough jump distance, you can put a fuel tank on the back here just to get an extra one on there to give a better jump distance, and you still won't see anything. So there is a little bit of flexibility working within this fuselage. So just something to note there. We've got something truly special. I've had my eye on this mod for a very long time, and we finally get to test it and try it ourselves. This amazing Stargate mod introduces over 120 Stargates, and this incredible mod is by Teal CJ Johnson, and we're going to take a closer look at this amazing mod. And this amazing mod is called Starfield Road to the Stars, a Stargate mod. And I suggest you start here at the back of the lodge, a little bit of a distance, but you'll come across your first Stargate. Now I have another mod here to put the vehicle, but I will cover that one soon. The dial home device is completely functional, and better yet, there's a few different ways we can make this much easier and streamlined. Here we're going to try dial to Earth. So let's try dial Earth. Let's go this sim. Let's go this one. Then we go this symbol. Then we go this crazy symbol here. Then from this symbol, we go across to this one. Then from this symbol, we'll go down to this one, which looks a little different than normal, but close enough. Normally the triangle shape is filled in. Then from this symbol, we'll head up to here. Then from here, then from this symbol to this one, I believe. And then let's see if it's worked. Okay, here we go. The Stargate is spinning. Oh man, so you've even got the sound effects. You've got the animation of the different symbols spinning. I mean, this is unreal. And this is on 120 different planets that you'll be able to dial. Cool thing is it takes a realistic amount of time as well. And the button keys and all the number symbols and all the symbols are pretty damn close to being identical. This is crazy cool. I've never actually dialed to a Stargate myself, so this is a cool experience to do it. Here we go, and we've got final symbol being dialed in. Let's see if we get the cool animation. Oh, what? There we go. It even has a little bit of like a frost coming out, and then we have the beautiful blue portal. My god, this is crazy. Incredible. Okay, let's step through. Oh, we even get the crazy cool effects and sound as if you are actually going through the Stargate. This is too unreal. Oh, sweet. So we've dialed Earth's address. This is crazy. Here we are at SGC, and it's a pretty much very close one-to-one. How nuts, how incredible is this? So cool to see. So let's go check and suss this area out. We've even got the red alert. Wow, which opens up the blast doors. This is so freaking cool. So it's got all the different computers and stuff that we remember. We've even got the remote dialing device. So this is going to be super handy to make that whole dialing process much easier. And this is why I recommend coming here first. You even have a dialing computer. Wow, this is crazy. So here we can dial addresses as well. Now what's going to be fascinating is where the hell the gates are and all the different worlds. Certainly something cool to explore. We've got the coffee machine. I mean, check out these old server racks. Just heading upstairs now into the meeting room, the infamous meeting room. This is too cool. But there you have it. We have SGC in Starfield, and look at the little effects of the steam, and the gate just looks superb. This is so freaking cool. I'm a huge fan of Stargate, so this is awesome to see. So the cool thing is now that we have the remote dialing device, I put it to a quick slot. So here we can press it, and now we'll be able to just automatically dial one of the 120 locations. So let's just pick one random one. It looks to be like it's in alphabetical order. So it's pretty much got an address to all the major planets that you'd ever really want. I think there's more to come as well, but we're going to go to Leuten's Rock. So we're going to click on it, and then I think we just exit out. Yep, and it automatically dials. Now I believe you have to be at least within 20-meter range for it to work. And here we have the speed dial at SGC. Damn, it's so much quicker. Oh yeah, here we go. Okay, so it's opening the portal, got the cool little effects, and we can just jump in. I mean, look how glorious this looks. They've done such a good job. And once again, we have the cool, crazy effects, just like the actual bloody TV show. Unreal. Here we are. Oh my god. So this is it. Even had some cool reflections. Damn, that's cool. So there you have it. You have the Stargate mod within Starfield, which is just mind-blowing. Now, I also got this excellent mod, again only on PC for now, and it's called Buggy near Stargate. This is by GG77, and this handy mod is just going to place your vehicle always next to the Stargate. You'll also find it as per normal at your spaceship, so you'll actually have two in existence, which is pretty unique. I hadn't seen that before till now, but I really like this because now we can just go through any Stargate, jump into the vehicle, and away we go and start exploring. So let's just check out where this is on the map, because many of these planets don't actually have any points of interest, and here it is. Cool. So we've discovered it and now it appears on the map. That's freaking unreal. Now what's really neat is there are actually some cool visibility options for this. So if we go into settings, gameplay options, we scroll down, SRTTS. Here we can even change the dialing speed to fast. We'll keep the debug disabled, and here we can get them to glow or not. So that's actually very handy to have them glow. So at night you'll be able to see them very easily. So this is much nicer. So I highly recommend having that option on. And there you have it, the Stargate mod. Highly recommend giving it a try if you like Stargate, as well as the Buggy near Stargate mod. A really nice touch. Now these are both on PC, hopefully coming to Xbox at some point, but for now, highly recommend giving this a go and exploring. That's crazy cool mod. Let's keep moving.